Well, it's all the boarding done. Well, less one. I was one board short to get finished off. Still got all the edging to finish off and scrim tape. But other than that, she's done. Toilet and shower room. Bit of a storeroom at the moment. This is where I'm a board short. So I'll cut a length off there and then the other bit will finish off that. There's my vent. Ready to accept the extractor. Yeah, so happy with that. On to the next challenge, which will be the floor. Tiling all the way through. Get in. Dilly dilly. Well, happy Sunday. So I'm on there. Today I've got to complete everything ready for Scott plastering on Tuesday. So I've got pipes to relocate, obviously for the toilet and sink. It's no longer, we've got the temporary kitchen. So I'll be cutting the pipes off around here, extending them. It's going to be quite difficult because I did plant them down in the recess there. So do the best I can. As long as they're on this wall, it doesn't really matter because I've got to move them across with connectors and stuff anyway. So I'll get them cut off, relocated, hot and cold for the sink. And then I need a cold for the cistern. And then I need the hot and cold to then travel up and across here, because this will be a false ceiling, remember, for the lights and the vent. So I don't need to put them in the framework as such, so I can just run them across there and pop them behind that board, because this is where the shower will be going. Obviously the door's there temporarily. The shower arrives on Monday, so I'll not be able to do any sort of second fix or anything, if you like. In fact, I wouldn't be able to anyway, because it's all getting tiled. So I've just got to get the pipes put in place. So I'll get them ran across to where I need them, and then just put stop taps on them. Because I will need to then put the hot and cold water back on, because I will need to join them. Rather than, route everything and do the join last, I'll have to join them first. So I'll make sure I get a good seal, because they will then disappear back behind that void. So plenty to do. As always, I'll give you an update as I'm going. Dilly dilly. Hello folks, happy Saturday. As we can see, Scott's finished off the last of the plastering, which is fantastic. Top job as always. My glass door has came, which is going on there. So I did have a plug socket there, for those who may remember, and I moved it across to there because I've decided now to put the glass sliding door on there. So that's happy days. That can't get on until I do the painting. Can't do the painting until the plaster dries, etc. So into the main area in here. Got the electrics to do, so I've asked the electrician if we can pop down and just do the wiring for the light switches. I do it myself, but it's like 3-gang, 3-way, 2-way switches, and it's just a bit all, yeah, just leave that to the experts. Yeah, I've tied it up, I've scraped all the plaster off the floor, so this is ready to put a thin screed down just to self-level it. It is more or less level, it's just some of the anomalies. I'm getting some of the sockets on. So I've put on the Cat 6 female socket on there. I've got my coax, and then I've got the power, which will be for the fly lead for the TV when eventually it gets put on. You'll notice here I've got another cable coming through which goes through that wall, and what's next door, it's the little garage with my bike in. So I'm taking a feed from here rather than the cable that's running all the way down to the summer house. So I'll be able to do away with that, and the plug and all ancillaries in that will be running off the power in here, which is great. Again, I put another Ethernet socket down here for when I'm working from home. I can plug into there rather than going off Wi-Fi. And again, got my double socket there, double socket there, double socket there, and double socket there. Yeah, so the shower room, I've put the wooden frame round by means of a rebate. For the door, I'm just going to put some lat on there, which I've got in there, the offcut. So I had to get this cut to the size, 1.5mm by 90mm, whatever. So that's basically the door frame on. Once the plaster's dry and I've done the paint, I can put the architrave on then, and the door furniture, hinges, handle, etc. And get all that painted white gloss. Not doing anything with the bathroom just yet, but I've done as much as I can in there. I've got to get a breaker to break out the floor, to put the 4-inch waste pipe in. I have got the shower tray, that's arrived. I do have to buy a shower yet to finish off the plumbing. And then once it's all dry fitted, I can then tile all this out. Scott's going to plaster that ceiling, but that's, you know, to be done with a different job later on. Yeah, lights, so I've got them to wire up. They're just in place at the moment. I have wired the last light up, just so when we do the connection here, we'll make sure the lights work, because they're all connected and looped, so the cables aren't cut. It was just, that was the end of the wire, so that's why I've just put a light on that one for now, or certainly connected it up. Right, that's pretty much it. Waiting for plaster to dry, then I can get on painting, and as you can see, I do have plenty of other work to be doing, scraping floors, etc. I've got to scrape the floor in here, I've got to start the tiling, but yeah, absolutely getting there. Right, have a good weekend, dilly dilly. Right, so I've been doing some prep work for the self-leveling. I've got my expanding foam and put it behind the front support legs for all the units. I wet the floor first, and well, I hoovered it first, then wet it, and then put that down, so give it a good bond. So that's all the way down. I've then also put, that was some old stuff I had, just some sealant, newer sealant there, sealant all the way around the edges. Sealant all the way around the island. Yeah, so that's going to stop, again, the self-leveling. Escaping under the units, which means I'll use less self-leveler, which means it'll be quicker to put down, and it's going to be cheaper. Yeah, so it's more or less ready to go, that. So everywhere there's units, that's kind of the area that I'm saving. It'll raise up about 10mm. This is the lowest point compared to that point there, and that point there is the same height as that point there. So that floor is pretty much okay apart from there downwards. That'll all self-level down across to here, and it'll slope down to this corner. and then I'm ready to tile. Right, dilly dilly.